Hi everyone. In today's video, I want to introduce you to a joke type or theme that is very common and nearly all native English speakers know about. And it's the walks into a bar type of joke. And this joke is simply, the setup is where a person or a thing or an animal, quite often animals and quite often things as well as people, and it always starts the same way. X walks into a bar. And then what follows is an exchange between the bartender and the customer. And usually that exchange is what is supposed to be funny. So today's video is about, has that as the theme. So all of these jokes will be the walks into a bar type of joke. So let's begin with the first joke. A skeleton walks into a bar and the bartender says, "What can I get ya?" The skeleton replies, "I'll have a beer and a mop." Joke number 2. A horse walks into a bar. Bartender says, "Why the long face?" Joke number 3. A grasshopper walks into a bar. Bartender says, "Hey, we have a drink named after you." Grasshopper looks at him quizzically and replies, "Really? You have a drink named Freddy?" And joke number 4, you get a bonus joke today. A sandwich walks into a bar and orders a beer. Bartender says to the sandwich, "Sorry, we don't serve food in here." All right, so how many of those did you understand? Again, if you didn't understand them, that's okay. Stick around, I will explain them for you. Okay, so the first joke was a skeleton walks into a bar. Bartender says, "What can I get ya?" And the skeleton replies, "I'll have a beer and a mop." So the joke is, of course, if a skeleton drinks a beer, then that beer has got nowhere to go. So it's going to go right to the floor, and the skeleton needs a mop to clean up the beer on the floor. So that's the joke there. I didn't say these jokes were really funny. I just said they're jokes. Okay, the second one, a horse walks into a bar and the bartender says, "Why the long face?" So the joke here is typically, right, when we think of a bartender, the stereotypical idea of a bartender is someone who, of course, works at the bar, but also gets a lot of customers who come to the bar and they have a lot of problems, they're sad, they're depressed, and they drink, and they tell their problems to the bartender. So the bartender is someone who listens to a lot of people's problems. Now, having said that, in English, the term long face means to look kind of depressed and sad. So if somebody looks depressed and sad, you can say, "Why the long face?" Right? Kind of, I don't know, I guess your face is longer that way. If you smile, then your face shortens. So long face means kind of sad and depressed. Of course, a horse has a long face. So horse walks into a bar, bartender says, "Why the long face?" Kind of, tell me your problems. Why the long face means, why are you sad? Tell me your problems. And it's a horse. So horse is not sad, he just has a long face. Okay, the third joke, grasshopper walks into a bar and the bartender says, "Hey, we have a drink named after you." And the grasshopper replies, "Really? You have a drink named Freddy?" Okay, so the joke here is, of course, the bartender means, we have a drink named grasshopper. A grasshopper is the name of a drink. The grasshopper replies, You have a drink named Freddy because the grasshopper's name is Freddy, and he doesn't realize that that the bartender is talking about the drink named Grasshopper. So that's the joke. And the fourth joke is a play on words. A sandwich walks into a bar and orders a beer. The bartender says, "Sorry, we don't serve food here." Now here, the joke is that, well, a sandwich is food, right? So when the bartender says, "We don't serve food," there are two meanings to this statement, to this sentence, right? To serve food can mean two things in this case. One is typically when a restaurant says they serve food, what that means, of course, is they give food to customers. That's what they do, right? They bring food to customers, so they serve food, right? We serve food and drinks. However, and this is the unexpected part that makes it funny, of course, we can also say that we serve customers, right? You serve people. So on one hand, you're serving the thing that you bring to the customer, and then on the other hand, you are serving the customer him or herself, right? So it's kind of strange the way that is, the way that word serve is used, but that's how it is used. So you serve food, you serve customers. You can say both things. So in this case, when the bartender says, "We don't serve food," what he means is we do not give drinks to food items, to sandwiches. And that's the joke. So, okay, that's it. You don't have to suffer anymore. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.